This is a luxury women's clothing brand client ad results video on how we profitably generated a 2.3 million return from 375,000 spent as a 6.26 ROAS in 10 months between January 1st to October 31st, 2025, using a strategy that consistently got new customers without relying on discounts or salesy UGC ads, which helps scale their online sales further. Here's proof of results from, you can see the top right, the dates, and here are the results. Right. November to December is excluded because it's the holiday season, so it doesn't reflect accurate results throughout the year. Plus, this brand doesn't run any Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals anyway. Some more context on this brand. Their main market is the US. The price ranges between $250 to $400, right? Here's the average order value. The purpose of this video is to show what our thought process and strategy is that got this result for this brand and results for other luxury women's clothing brands. I'm Brandon, one of the founders of Digiceptual. We specialize in scaling fashion brands with ads, many of which are luxury women's clothing, and we've been doing it for over 6 years. Some of the fashion brands we help scale are Alex of Bohemia, Nonchalant Label, Stonefox Swim, Nana Jacqueline, Misha and Puff, Pro Studios, Lady Black Tie, and many more. And over 21 fashion brand founders, including luxury women's clothing brand founders like you, have made video testimonials about the results we get them. So you can see here. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the link in the description in the video description after this video, or if you're on Instagram, just the link in bio, right? So what I'm about to share with you has been proven to work over 21 times and even to this day. No matter what meta changes happen like iOS 14 back in 2021 or Andromeda recently, which actually works in our favor. And no matter what happens in the consumer market. This is for you if you have a luxury women's clothing brand that's already running ads and you want to scale them efficiently, be profitable on the first order, and increase your new customer growth consistently. So to start, I'll cover our approach to ads because this is the foundation of everything we do. So our approach to ads is scaling at top of funnel, meaning targeting new audiences and converting them into new customers profitably. On average, 96% of the ad budget is spent on that, and 4% of the budget is spent on retargeting. That means our campaign structure and creatives, which I will cover later, are all designed to convert new customers. The reasoning is simple. The simple definition of advertising is to be known, quote unquote. And there's infinitely more people that don't know the brand, new audiences, compared to those who do know the brand, existing audiences and customers. Right, like here, which means there's infinitely more scale from new audiences compared to existing audiences and customers, right? Blue represents the new audiences, green represents the existing audiences and customers. It doesn't matter if the brand's doing 30K to 100K per month, 100 to 400K per month, or even $1 million a month. There's always someone who doesn't know the brand yet, so there's always someone who will buy. Even luxury clothing brands we work with that are doing at least 10 million a year online, we are still able to drive new customer growth with ads. So our job is to get new audiences to buy at scale and become part of the brand. Once they are part of the brand's retention marketing, email, SMS, etc., will do its job to turn those new customers into repeat customers by staying known to them. That's why we only spend a tiny fraction of ad budget on retargeting and remarketing. Many fashion brands struggle to scale because too much of their ad budget and campaign structure is focused on retargeting and remarketing, which is inefficient and a waste of budget because chances are the brand is already doing that with retention marketing. So here's an example in the campaigns, right? So part of the campaign names are blurred because of internal brand notes. So for this brand, only $6,065 was spent on retargeting and remarketing, hence the 14.60 ROAS, right? This is the MOF campaign. That's only about 1.62% of the total ad spend in these 10 months, which means around 98.38% of the total ad spend, which is $368,567, is focused on new customers. Now, with that approach in mind, here's how we structure the campaigns to scale efficiently on new customers. So new customer campaign structure. Testing campaign. We have one ad set budget, ABO, testing campaign labeled Sandbox Creative that tests new ads every week. So we always have new winners to scale with our existing ones, right? So here's a Sandbox Creative. This is ad set budget, not campaign budget. It's on ad set budget. We have one ABO testing campaign labeled Sandbox Creative. Oh, I just realized I repeated myself, so we can delete that. We don't use CBO, which is campaign budget, or ASC, Advantage Shopping Campaign, because we want control of the budget and audience, not let Meta do its thing, quote unquote. That's one of the reasons why brands who just have CBO and or ASC campaigns plateau at a certain point, because they only have those campaigns and they let quote unquote Meta do its thing. We want control of the budget and audiences because besides finding new winners to scale, we give insights to the brand about why certain ads work and why others don't. Example, what specific models work and don't work, what specific lifestyle settings work and don't work, what specific editorials work and don't work, etc. It's different for each brand, so this data is important for them to be able to make more winners, more winning images and videos instead of guessing, copying competitors, and shooting because it looks nice, quote unquote. Right. So each ad set, on average, tests 2 to 3 ads to keep the spend concentrated, as you can see from some of the testing ad sets and ads here. One testing campaign is enough because we concentrate most of the ad spend on scaling campaigns to drive volume of new customers into the brand consistently. Let's talk about that for scaling campaigns. For scaling campaigns, we use a mix of ABO, CBO, and ASC. We still use ABO for scaling because we want a campaign where we control the budget and audiences. Then for our CBO and ASC scaling campaigns, we let Meta have more control over the budget or the audiences while still being aligned with our goals. Same as testing, we don't just let Meta do its thing, quote unquote, for everything or just rely on one type of campaign. Instead, we use all of what's available to diversify risk. Each ad set has 1 to 3 winners max because we want to concentrate the spend and not have it spread out. Right? I've seen many cases where brands have 5 to 10 plus ads per ad set. That's inefficient, which makes it hard to push volume consistently. So our new customer campaign structure for this brand is actually very straightforward. We tested an ABO campaign and we moved new winners from our testing to our ABO, CBO, ASC scaling campaigns to push new customer volume efficiently, right? Just like this. The majority of the budget is always on scaling campaigns, not testing, because it doesn't require a lot of budget to test and find new winners, and because we are here to scale at the end of the day. Now that I've covered campaign structure, I'll cover what creatives we use that actually get new audiences to buy. So let's talk about creatives. Most people think you need storytelling creatives, campaign commercial style creatives, or founder-facing videos explaining the brand and products. But in reality, none of those creatives actually get new audiences to buy. We are not here to get views and engagement. We are here to get new customers. We also don't use any UGC despite its popularity. UGC is too salesy and it doesn't appeal to the specific customer we are going after. And not to mention discounting. We don't rely on discounts to get new customers because this specific customer doesn't need a discount to make a buying decision. It actually repels them and attracts discount customers instead, which ruins your brand long term because all they do is just wait for a discount to buy or they won't. Funny enough, we have cases where our new customer campaigns actually perform better than the previous discount campaigns of whoever was running it for some of our luxury women's clothing brands. The creatives that actually get new customers to buy are a mix of the product on a model with a plain background, product on a plain background, no model, editorial, and lifestyle. It varies from brand to brand. For this brand, the top 2 that consistently perform the best are product on a model, plain background. Here's an example. Product on a plain background, no model, right? And the third one that performed well but not as consistently as the top 2 is editorial, right? To amateurs, the top 2 types of creators we use may seem like they would never work. Like there's absolutely no way these creators can get a stranger to spend $200 to $400 on a brand they've never bought from before without any discounts. It goes against what most people say works, quote unquote, and what's popular in DSC, but that's part of why it works. With luxury, we aren't trying to appeal to everybody because not everybody can spend $200 to $400 on clothing. It's a specific type of customer that's able to do that, which means it takes a specific approach to appeal to them and get them to buy. The reason why these creators perform the best is because they are extremely direct and not salesy at all. The kind of customer that we are going after doesn't like to be sold to. They like to buy, a very subtle but big difference. That's why all those in-your-face tactics like discounts and UGC repels them. So to be as direct as possible, we just present the product as is, on a model or by itself. If they want it and like what the brand's presenting, they will click and buy. If they don't, they won't. It's a fast decision process they make. This comes down to creative testing to find the winners, right? But there's one shortcut we use that helps us find winners efficiently with our testing, and that is using creatives of the brand's bestsellers. Bestsellers are bestsellers because customers wanted the most, demand. So we leverage that existing demand in our ads to help find new winning ads efficiently to get more of those customers at scale. So now that I've covered our new customer campaign structure and creatives, I'll cover where we send new audiences to that convert the most. So let's talk about landing page. The highest converting landing page for this brand is not the product page and not even a collections page. It's the home page. So here's an example from the ad, right? This carousel sends it to the home page. For luxury fashion brands, the home page is the top converting page for ads because it's the same psychology we use for the ads. These customers don't like to be sold to, they like to buy. So if we send them straight to the product page, which logically may make sense, most will actually leave the product page and not convert, because sending them straight to the product page feels like they're being pushed to buy, aka being salesy. By sending them to the homepage instead, they don't feel like they're being pushed to buy. They have the feeling of freedom to shop around and choose what to buy. It's counterintuitive, but it works, as you can see it from the results in this video. So in summary, how we profitably generated a 2.3 million return from 375,000 spent, 6.26 ROAS in 10 months was by focusing on top of funnel with our new customer campaign structure, targeting new audiences and converting them profitably at scale. One ABO testing campaign and a mix of ABO, CBO, and ASC scaling campaigns. Using creatives that actually attract the right audiences. In this case, product on a model, plain background, product on a plain background, no model, and some editorials, right? And sending new audiences to the homepage because that converts the best. And if you're curious how the brand's doing to this day, at the time of me making this video, see the results below. So at the time of making this video, January 28 to February 26, 2026, we spent 33.4K, 5.74 ROAS at 192K return. All right. So the structure is almost the same. We just consolidated and changed some campaigns to keep it more efficient and to stay ahead of the meta changes, right? For the most recent result. So from this video, you can take a lot of what I shared and try to use it for your ads to scale it efficiently, but it will take time and trial and error to get it right. If you prefer to just have us scale your ads efficiently and you skip the trial and error and get the results quickly instead, you can book a call with the link in bio on Instagram or in the video description on YouTube, depending on where you're watching this. If you want to do more research first before booking a call with us, check out other content and case studies we have first. That's it for this video. Thank you for your attention.